All right, guys, welcome back to Crunch Time, the show where you get the best NBA DFS picks each and every day here. Always 2.5 hours before main slate. Always on time. I think Chris is muted. Are you muted, Chris? I thought I saw you say something. Are you there, Chris?
Hello?
Okay, yeah, we have you. I thought I saw you saying something.
I can't hear you.
Oh, my mic is on though. I see it in OBS. Maybe it's because we have the Zoom thing going on, Chris. Do you think it's the Zoom thing?
Is it me? Is it you?
Well, he's not even in the chat. Yeah.
I'm getting notification sounds. Do you hear me? Can you nod if you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, you hear me. I don't hear you.
Yeah, I was gonna say
problem. I guess I'll disconnect, reconnect. Let's see what happens.
No, I think it's Chris because where did he go? Chris and his technology, guys.
I'll hear you.
Okay, I was gonna say I think it's the Zoom thing, Chris, because we have that open. But yeah, always on time here, guys. We have a 10-game slate to go through today, so that's exciting. March Madness as well. It's Friday as well, so that's exciting as well. Top Shot action. We're opening up I don't know if it's a rare pack, but a pricey pack. Chris has one he wants to open up. So we did upgrade our DFS Crunch Time studio. That's why we were a little late here. I think that's why we had the audio issues just now as well. But the studio has been upgraded. You guys are going to see that shortly. But yeah, let's get into it, Chris. How do you feel today? And do you want to start with the Top Shot first?
Yeah, I want to get it over with. There's too many problems that can happen if we don't do that. So I want to do that, have it open. Yeah, it's a rare pack, so I'm definitely excited to see what I get.
Yeah, let me set that up. I think you're right about that. Too many things that can go wrong. Let's get that out of the way here. Boom. Look at that. Yes. Studio, guys. Look at that production. It's insane.
Yeah, okay. So this is my screen here, right?
Yeah, that is your screen.
Yeah, so so I just want to show this off. So I completed this challenge here. Really wanted this Anthony Edwards moment. I think he's going to be a stud. So I wanted this kind of first big moment for Anthony Edwards. So I completed the challenge here. Had to get these nine moments. So yeah, did that. Happy that I'm done.
You have 9 Ant-Man moments?
No, I have these 9 moments here. I have
I can't really see myself because it's really small here on the preview.
Yeah, so I have Hunter, Ball, Campazzo, Wiseman, Johnson, Dort, Clark, Mulder, and Hachimura. So had to get those 9 to be eligible to get this. So I'm excited to get this moment.
Oh, you have that?
Well, not yet. In 10 days I will.
Oh, that's how you get it?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish someone told me about that. How many of these are they releasing?
However many people complete the challenge.
Oh, probably not many. Can you still do it or no?
Yeah, it's probably going to be like around 1,000 people probably. But yeah, hopefully that one is good. Nice. This is my bracket here. Don't need to go over my bracket, I guess. But actually, let's go over it quickly. Just the games that started. I think I'm perfect so far, surprisingly. So yeah, Illinois won down here. Florida won, had that one. Arkansas, Texas Tech. So I have Texas Tech going pretty far. That's pretty much my biggest sort of underdog there. So I have them going to the Elite 8, I think, against Baylor, and I have Gonzaga winning it all. But I guess we can open the pack here.
Wait. Can we see the rest of the crunchers? See the standings right now? Who's where? Who has who?
Yeah, we can check that out. Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 10 people in first place right now, all tied. Then we have 9 people in 11th, and then 4 people in 20th, and then Alex here had just a bunch of underdogs. He didn't really try. But yeah, we got good stuff here.
Wait. So What do you think of the champion picks? What do you think of the Oklahoma State pick?
I mean, if they beat Illinois, I think they have a chance, but Illinois is very tough. But I think if they beat Illinois, they're probably the favorites out of that bracket. They have Cade Cunningham, so I mean, anything can happen. March Madness, of course.
And who's right behind you between us?
That's my girlfriend Yvonne. Yeah, she's very good here. As you can see, she's in first place as well. Yeah, she always likes to fill them out.
Did she dupe yours or no?
No, of course not.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so she has yeah, it's different here. Didn't give her any advice, so it's all her here. But yeah, we can open the pack, see what we get. Oh, see, how do I go here? Never actually. Maybe I opened a pack once. Do you know how to open a pack?
Yeah, you go to click your profile, top right. Yeah, then yeah, there packs.
Packs.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous right now as well with the new studio here. Hoping it's working fine. We were scrambling a bit before the show to get this going. I had a few hiccups, but I think it's good now. Ready for next time as well. So yeah, let's get into it, Chris.
You think we can pull something good? I think we're going for the LeBron James. I think that's going to have the most value. So yeah, that's what I'm going for. Let me just see. Moment ranks. Like there's this Twitter account. Yeah, I just want to pull something up really quick. Who's in the chat right now?
We got a few guys in here. We had Justin in here. What's up, Garry? What's up, Justin? We got Brent here. Good tips season. What's up, Brent? We got Layden. What's up, Layden? I got Mike in here as well. Rondo in here. So I got a few guys in here. Good to see everyone in here. Hope your Friday's going well. Hope you guys are also enjoying the March Madness tip-off as well.
I want to say happy birthday to Rondo. It's his birthday today, so shout out to Rajon Rondo.
Happy birthday.
But yeah, let's open this up. Couldn't find what I was looking for, but going for the LeBron James rare, that's going to be the big one. So hopefully I can get that. Do you hear this?
Not really, no. I think
okay, so we got...
That's all good.
I kind of want to mute it. It's pretty loud. Okay. Yeah, so we got... Which one should I open first? Got 7 packs here, or 7 moments.
Let's start from the bottom, Chris.
Yeah, I'll open this one. Common, Dunk. Oh, KD. That's a pretty good one.
Is it?
Bad serial number, but KD's a good player, so, I mean, definitely... let's see what it's worth. Kevin Durant, Dunk. Marketplace. Durant...
Wait, you can just load it up from the moment, can't you?
No, because I'm still opening them. Yeah, so that's a good one. That's like pretty much the cost of my pack right there. So I mean, that's definitely a good start right there. KD, which one should I open next?
Let's go number 3. March.
I'm not. This one's last. This is my rare.
Oh, let's go 6 then.
Okay, let's see what we get. Atlanta, Dunk, Clint Capella, shitty serial number. Yeah, this one is definitely not.
That's actually a nice one. 33422. That's a nice number.
Yeah, I want to get like a flat number. Let's see what this one's worth.
But I'm telling you, that's a good looking number. 33422. That's nice.
Maybe. Yeah, so this one's $22 here, lowest ask. So not a great pull there. But
I'm telling you, that number's got to be worth something.
Maybe. Okay, so let me pick one. So we got these 4 here. Let's go with this one in top middle. Jarrett Allen block. Decent serial number. 3K out of 35,000. Let's see.
Oh.
Nice block there. What do you think that one's worth if you had to guess?
I'm not sure. I like your top shot analysis, though.
What do you think it's worth?
I don't know. How many are there? $20?
No, there's 35,000 at the very least.
25.
I'll say 35. Jarrett Allen block. Oh, this one's crap. This one's $13.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a great one. decent serial number though, so I'll take it. Let's open this one next here. 3-pointer dunk. Oh, hero. I like this one. This one's pretty good.
You know this one?
So this one's only out of 15,000. The other ones that we opened were out of 35,000 plus. So that means that they're still being printed. This one's 15,000 cut off. So I like that. It's probably worth more. I'd say this one's probably like $100. What do you think?
Let's go 50, 55.
Yeah, so 46 lowest ask. So clearly you were closer there. I thought Hero would have more value. He was the first NBA player that was sort of promoting this thing, but I guess not. Let's see what we get here. Common assist. Chris Paul, not bad. Also out of 15K. I'd say this one's probably $35, $40. What do you think?
I'm gonna give it 60. Let's see.
Chris Paul.
We also got David Correa here. Expectations Media Company. Shout out to Expectations Media Company. Ron doing here says there's 30 seconds left in the Ohio State game, Chris.
Oh, should I turn that on the stream?
I don't know if we can.
Of course not. Is it a tie or something?
I'm not sure. I don't have it open.
Let me see. Oh, it's an OT. Oh, looks like that's one of the first upsets we got so far. That's pretty cool.
Wait, what's the upset?
Ohio State losing. They're down 3.
Does everyone have
seconds.
Ohio State?
I think most people probably do. But let's keep opening this. So this one's $44. We got 2 more, the All-Star one, of course, and then 1 more common one. This one looks like crap. 25K. Joe Ingles. This one's probably like $6.
I'd pay like 100 for Joe Ingles.
Let's see, Ingles. Yeah, $13 here. So I mean, is that what I said? Did I say $13?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, now for time for the big one. Let's just open up these filters. Let's go to sets, rare 2021 All-Star game. So let's see what we can get. We can get LeBron James 4K. That's what we're going for. Let's do the lowest ask.
Wait, is that the best one you can get?
Yeah, LeBron James 4K is the best one I can get. Then Steph Curry, then Luka, Zion, Harden, Kai, Jokic, Leonard, Chris Paul, Tatum, Mitchell, Brown, George, Beal, Gobert, Levine, Sabonis, Vucevic, Randall, Conley. So I'm going for probably one of these 4: Braun, Curry, Doncic, or Zion. You think I can get one of those 4?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull a LeBron here, for sure.
You're gonna get like.
This is LeBron. Team Durant, rare. Yeah, that's probably the worst thing I could have gotten. Julius Randle. Let's see.
You don't even want to
second
look at
lowest. Worst serial number ever. 1900 out of 2K. So that's pretty bad. I mean, it's his first All-Star game, so maybe if he becomes a good player, he'll go up in the future.
I think it's probably a little undervalued, Julius Randle.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not a big name there, so I'm most proud of this one. This Durant, probably sell it.
Should we get back into the regular scheduled content here?
Yeah, we can go over the stuff.
Wait, should we hang up the Zoom?
Well, I could go over the thing on mine just so we can do it easier. It's easier if I share it while I go over the lineup. So I'll do that now. I'll try to find a contest here. Let's see.
Oh, it's actually nice. This is actually like a legit studio upgrade here because now we have the screen share action that we can use.
Yeah, now I have to find a contest, which is the annoying part here.
It's actually quite nice, guys.
Go to this. Double up. Open that up. Go there.
It's like a lot of windows to juggle for me now.
We got HBK here. This guy's a cruncher. WWE fan. He had Westbrook, so that was good. But yeah, here my team: Trae Young, Chris Paul, Jordan Clarkson, Burks, Barrett,
Oh, you got to
Bridges,
scroll up,
Randall.
Chris.
Yeah, Bridges, Randall, Zion, Cantor. So I mean, I pulled Randall, had Randall yesterday. He did very well for me, but he was high owned, so it didn't matter. Main guys that mattered here were Cantor, Bridges. Yeah, mainly those two. Like those two were the low owned guys here. Clarkson, he kind of sucked. 15 fantasy points. 63% didn't kill me. I thought it might have just because Joe Ingles here was 42%. He was 4.4K. But I mean, ended up working out here. I thought this team was honestly pretty obvious. I think a lot of people landed on this same team. So we have McLovin, Chipotle Addict, your favorite player. B Heels, like him too. B Kreider here. So everyone, most sharp players honestly landed on that lineup. Then we have this Roto Grinders train. It had Ingles, also had Ingram, who kind of sucked. Gobert kind of sucked as well. Cantor beat him. So, I mean, solid. I think this was a solid construction for the most part. Most people that I kind of look at landed on this same build. So that was good there. Let's see if there's anyone else here, and then we can go into DK. Let's see. So we have Mangone here. Montrez. So what do you have here? Looks like a 3v3 Rubio, Ingram, Montrez versus Trae Young, Bridges, and Cantor. Yeah, I wasn't too high on Rubio yesterday. Obviously, we had the huge games from Cat and Anthony Edwards. So that kind of limited Rubio a little bit. Only got 21 points, but I think he was 5'4", so it wasn't the worst score ever there. I think in terms of value, probably similar to Trae Young. Maybe a little less, but yeah, this was the main thing that was the problem for this team. Ingram, only 26.8. Didn't get it done, and then no Cantor, obviously, 38.1. That was a big difference there. Then we can go into DraftKings. Let me just open it up. Let's see, DraftKings.com. Yeah, so we got DraftKings. We go to... Do you collect your rewards, by the way?
Not every day. Should I be?
Yeah, well, I do, at least. But yeah, let's see. Contest. History. Go to this one. $50 double up. That's usually the... I like looking at this one. So my team was actually... I had a really weird thing happen yesterday. So I was on the wrong team by accident. Didn't lock in the proper team, so didn't end up having Gobert lock at in the first game. So I kind of made a pivot because I saw that the Gobert team was a big train. It's this one here, 58th place, right here. So most sharp people landed on this team: McLovin, Hoop, B Kreider here, B Heels. So a bunch of people landed on this team, 58th place. I thought that was the best team going into lock, so I was kind of sad that I didn't have this team, that I locked in the wrong guys, but I mean, it ended up working out for me, luckily. So I just wanted to make it a 1v1. Didn't want to go too different from that big train. I just wanted a 1v1, so instead of Gobert, I had some options. I had Booker or Ingram. I chose Booker. He had better points, rebounds, assist odds. He ended up going for 50, so that was huge for me. Pretty much the only reason I ended up winning, because I passed that train. Rest of the lineup didn't do great. Like, didn't have Mitchell, who went for 60. He was like 40% owned. Ayton here, 50% owned. Snowflake, obviously. And then these three guys, they all obviously did very well, but they were too chalky here to really matter. Like 80% plus doesn't matter. That they ended up playing that well. But I mean, yeah, so the main thing here was that I had Booker instead of Gobert. That's the reason I ended up winning some money. Yeah, and then let's see if there's anyone else here. Not really anyone else I want to look at, just because the train was... I mean, the train here was the Gobert Booker 1v1 that I was accidentally not on. But yeah, that ended up working out for me.
Yeah, because we did have that question about your lineup the other day, why you had Gobert, I think. So I guess there's the answer. Let's go back to the regular screen. It's pretty nice though, no? Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's quit Zoom. How do you quit this? There we go. Okay. Yeah, so we actually have one more Top Shot to open up, Chris. So,
Who?
I got mine.
Oh, you said you didn't get it.
This is a surprise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't get it.
No. We have it. So this is actually going to be the LeBron one.
We could have built way more hype if you said you got yours.
It's kind of loud. I'm going to mute it. Why more hype?
Because we would have had 2 packs to open.
No, it's all good. It's a little surprise here. Let's go in chronological order, see what we get here. Got some handles here. Malik Beasley. Maybe you could pull up the price, Chris. That's a bit faster.
Well, I mean, you have the screen, so you should pull up the price. It'll just be a lot easier.
I just mean so you can pull it up while the replay's open. Maybe, I don't know. Should we?
Yeah, sure. I mean, let's see here. This one's, I think I have this moment. I think it's like $11, maybe $8, if that. Probably one of the worst things you could pull. Let me see though.
Brogdon here. Look at that.
Yeah, the Beasley was $13. Brogdon here, $11. So you're pulling crap right now.
This music. Jeez, that's loud. Gonna turn it down. Let's see. Yeah, this is sneakier than my sneaky tournament plays. Speaking of which, getting into some, drawing some attention on the European DFS site. Been doing a bit too well. They're like changing the rules, I think, just so I can't play as much there. So that's kind of funny. So I'm gonna have to come back to America, I think. But yeah, what about this Lillard one, Chris? This one's probably good.
It's all right. That one's $38, lowest ask. So nothing great. I mean, oh, you're opening this one, so we gotta hope this is a LeBron here. Rare 3-pointer Harden. So I think that was the 5th best. I think this one's like $800. So definitely made up for the first two crappy ones that you pulled. Let's see, Harden. This one, lowest ask is $700. So it's a pretty good one right there.
Nice. We also got some. Yeah, Rondo was asking if I had one. David says he had 362 on FanDuel Cash. Bullock shooting guards.
Yep.
William says to get the Giannis card, you have to collect all the rare All-Stars. So it might drive the price up on your Randall one, Chris.
Yeah, well, once they announce it, I think they actually did announce it already. So I'm not sure. We'll see how much it goes up. So yeah, Mitchell Robinson here.
It's like almost not a dunk.
Yeah, this one's $21. So not great there. But, I mean, your Harden one definitely made up for most of your stuff here. Like Aaron Gordon, another crappy player, $13. I mean, the moment's good. He dunked on Giannis, but it's Aaron Gordon, so it doesn't have much value.
I was hoping to get like some nice common card or something like that. Jokic.
Oh, Jokic should be pretty good. Let's see here. Jokic assist. Yeah, this one's $21, so you're out of luck.
Jeez. Yeah. Anyway, I guess this one's the best one here. 845. That's not a bad number. But yeah, let's get into the content here. I think we have some success here. We had Nick posting his double ups here, NHL double ups. Yeah. Wait, is this? No, that's the day before. We have HBK here. So you saw him in one of your contests. FanDuel, $100, 183. We have his DK here. 380, 440, 120, 30. So that one's, I guess overall it's pretty, I don't know about this one actually. But yeah, then we have yours here. Of course, we went over that, but we didn't go over your screenshot, I don't think. So you had 17 to 3K, and then 17 again to 2.5K. Actually, what is this? We got Alexa in here. Wait, is this the other day?
No, that's yesterday.
So this one is new, right? Yeah. Third place here for Alexa, so that's pretty awesome. Do you know which contest this is, Chris?
Probably the 25-cent one or 5-cent one. Not sure which one.
Yeah, it's nice. Shout out to Alexei. Crunch developer, good guy. Overall, solid guy, so big shout out to him. Yeah, then we have the questions here about Gobert and your lineup there. Tiger Blood here, 8th place. Awesome results. Got some double up action as well. Got some DK stuff as well, college basketball, so that's good stuff overall. But yeah, 10-game slate here, Chris. Let's get into it. Yeah, so what's your favorite news so far? Favorite teams to target? Favorite players here right now so far?
Yeah, so we got 10 games. I have Luka on the cover. He's one of my favorite spend ups going up against Portland. I think it's a really good matchup there. It's one of my favorite game environments. So yeah, I like Jokic as my Doncic as my spend up. I also like Jokic quite a bit. So kind of going double Euro today on FanDuel as of now. That's what I like the most. And then we have this Warriors news where like half their team is missing. No Curry, no Oubre, some other guys missing as well, I think. Wiseman, Pascal. So some interest in Wiggins. He's 5-2 on FanDuel. DraftKings 6K. And then we have some of these other Warriors value guys on DK that pop a lot, like Jordan Poole, Nico Mannion, Kent Bazemore. So I like those guys. And yeah, that's pretty much most of it. Like that's where we get our value on DK, and then FanDuel it's kind of mixed around. Like we're not playing as many Warriors outside of Wiggins, maybe Nico Mannion. But yeah, mostly DK for those Warriors.
Nice. Okay, before we get into the first game, let's go over some chat again. Yeah, sneaky play from Garry for the top shot. Was it that sneaky, Chris? Did you know? You didn't even know.
How would I know?
Yeah. Who had the better pull with the top shots, Chris?
Oh, you definitely did with the Harden thing. That saved you. If you didn't have Harden, you would have. If you had someone like me or someone like Randall, like I did as your all-star, then I would have, because I had Durant. Yeah, this Harden one was pretty good.
I feel like this one's like overpriced. Why is this one more than yours? Like, how much is yours?
Because it's James Harden. It's the name is the thing that matters, not the moment. And the serial number. But your serial number isn't great. Mine's worse though. Mine's 1900 out of 2K. So yeah, might have to sell mine off.
Yeah. Hopefully you get a better one. But it's pretty cool that you're gonna get the Ant-Man dunk on my boy Watanabe. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, we got some chat here. David saying he had Dame with a dead 36 other day. Also saying JaVale McGee is out.
Really?
Yeah. Royal King says Moses Brown got posterized again by Nathan Knight. Did you see that, Chris?
Oh, yeah. That one was nasty.
I gotta see that one. Maybe we could pull that up. Maybe you can send that streamable. We can open it up. And then yeah, Oubre questionable. KJ says Jokic might be the best play tonight. Big versus Bulls. We do like that, so that's a good one. Yeah, and it's Jokic. But yeah, let's get into it, Chris. First up, we got the Kings here against the Celtics. Sacramento side. First, we got Chimezie Metu is out for them, projected starters. De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, and Rashawn Holmes. Thoughts here on the Kings, Chris?
Yeah, so I'm not too high on the Kings today. Playing against Boston, I mean, it's one of the highest over-unders at 231. We don't have any crazy high over-unders today, like in the 240s. So 233 is the highest. It's the Minnesota-Phoenix game later. This one's at 231.5. It's a pretty tough matchup, honestly, against Boston. Like, I don't love don't love it. Like, I assume that Fox is going to be guarded by Marcus Smart. And Fox is always my favorite guy here. Maybe like Tyrese Halliburton in tournaments. Maybe cash games, 5-7 on DraftKings, 5-9 on FanDuel. I guess I don't mind that play, but he's not going to be too high owned, I don't think. But I do like him a lot in tournaments, especially if his minutes restriction is lifted. That would be good news. He started last game in place of Marvin Bagley, so I'm expecting the same thing tonight. Rashawn Holmes, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, like they're all fine. If you land there as the last piece, I'm fine with it. Not going to go out of my way to target any of these guys, though. And then last guy I'll mention, Nemanja Bialitsa. He had that down game last time out. I think he could be pretty sneaky here. Not many people are going to be on him. We saw him play 14 minutes last game in the same situation. So I think if his minutes go up to like 20 somehow, maybe 24, he could have a huge game, really crush this price tag. But we'll have to, I don't know. It's kind of a sneaky, risky play there. He's probably my favorite option in tournaments, though, from this team. Maybe outside of Halliburton. If he gets the start, then we'll have a ton of interest in Bialitsa. So we'll have to wait and see on the starting lineup there.
Okay. Boston side, we have Romeo Langford out, Tristan Thompson out, Kemba Walker back in. Projected starters, Walker, Smart, Brown, Tatum, and Tice. Before you get into the Celtics, Chris, there's one question here. Kyrie or Fox from FC?
I'm not really landing in that range. Like I would rather get up to, if it's DK, I would rather get up to Harden or Luka. If it's FanDuel, I would definitely rather get up to Luka. But if I had to pick between the two, I'll say Kyrie.
Okay. And yeah, who do you like here on the Celtics, Chris?
So not too much here. It's just, I guess I have interest in Jaylen Brown on FanDuel for 7.5K. Like, we love this matchup against the Kings. The thing with Jason Tatum, though, is that he said that he's still feeling the effects of COVID. Like, his conditioning is pretty bad. So I don't feel too comfortable playing Jason Tatum when he's saying stuff like that. So I'd rather focus on Jaylen Brown, where he's 7.5 on FanDuel. I like that price tag a lot in cash games. I'm currently on that, so he's probably going to be my favorite Celtic overall. More in play on FanDuel, like I said. Other guys here, Kemba Walker, Marcus Smart, not too much interest in them. I think Robert Williams is actually pretty interesting on both sites as well. More of a tournament play in my opinion. He's 5'8 on DK. FanDuel, I think he's 5'7. We've seen him crush recently. Minutes still kind of in the 20s, low 20s. He went for 50 last game, 30 the game before, 40 the game before. So he's a really good point per minute guy. So if you need a center in that range in tournaments, I think he's a really good option just because of the upside that he offers.
Okay. Let's load up. Actually, where are these games? I have to. There we go. Let's load up the next one. We have San Antonio against Cleveland. San Antonio side, we have LMA out for them. DeMar DeRozan back in, and then Bates Diop also out for Sacramento. Sorry, San Antonio. I'm not sure why I keep saying Sacramento. Projected starters: DeJounte Murray, Derek White, Keldon Johnson, DeMar DeRozan, and Jakob Poeltl. Any interest here, Chris, with DDR back in here?
So DDR was not officially, but he was originally supposed to be out here. Ended up being ruled in, I think, a few hours ago. So that was pretty surprising. Thought he was going to be out again. So I did have some interest in the Spurs before, but now with DDR back, don't have any interest here in this team against the Cavs.
Okay. That's pretty quick. Cleveland side, Taurean Prince out. Drummond out, obviously, trying to get rid of him. Matthew Dellavedova out. JaVale McGee out. And Kevin Love out. Projected starters, Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Isaiah Okoro, Larry Nance Jr., and Jarrett Allen. Thoughts here on the Cavs, Chris?
Yeah, so for the most part, it's just one guy. Same guy that we targeted last time. It's Larry Nance Jr., 5'2 on DK. FanDuel, I think he's 5'3, so this price tag is pretty low for him. We saw him play 36 minutes last game. That's when we were on him. We saw him play 37 the game before that. So minutes are kind of trending to where they were at the start of the season. We were paying like 7K for him at that point of the year. Now he's low fives. So he's a lock for me on both sides, in cash games especially. Like him a lot in tournaments as well. I just think the safety, the upside, it's all there with Larry Nance Jr. In this role. Now we don't have JaVale McGee anymore, as someone mentioned earlier in the chat. So that bumps up Larry Nance, obviously. Jarrett Allen as well, that bumps him up. He's 6'7" on FanDuel. DK 7'4", so more of a FanDuel play there. I mean, if you're landing there on DK, I don't hate it either. Like we could see 38 minutes here out of Jarrett Allen if the game stays close. He's always been a good point per minute guy, so I do like Jarrett Allen here with JaVale McGee ruled out.
Okay. Let's load up the next game. We have Golden State against Memphis. Golden State side first, we have James Wiseman out, Eric Paschall out, Kelly Oubre Jr. questionable tag, and then Steph Curry doubtful with the tailbone injury into the pure metal in the bleachers. It's not funny, but I mean, the pure metal there is kind of brutal. So that does suck. But yeah, projected starters, we have Mannion, Bazemore, Wiggins, Green, and Kevon Looney. Who do you like here on the Warriors, Chris? Most likely Curry, probably not going to play here if I had to guess. But yeah, who do you like here? And then is that something we probably have to keep an eye on?
Yeah, so I have a lot of interest in the Warriors. This Kelly Oubre news that we got is kind of annoying that he's questionable now, because he was originally listed as doubtful. So I'm going to assume that he probably ends up playing here. So that kind of lowers my interest in some guys, but still no Steph Curry, no Wiseman, no Pascal. So there's a ton of minutes to go around here. Ton of shots as well. Obviously, this whole team revolves around Steph Curry. So I'll start with Andrew Wiggins. He's 5'2" on FanDuel, 6K on DK. I think even if Oubre plays, I think this price tag is pretty fair for Wiggins on both sites. Maybe less so on DK now, but on FanDuel, it's still too cheap in my opinion. So, I mean, I expect Wiggins here to take probably 20 shots. Not sure if he'll do much else other than score, but, I mean, if he does, that'll just be the cherry on top. So, I like Wiggins a lot in cash games, especially tournaments. I don't hate it. I think he can go for 30 real-life points here. So, yeah, I like him. And then some of these value guys, Jordan Poole, he's been playing really well recently, but now we get this situation without Steph Curry. We'll have to see if they start him or Nico Mannion. I'm going to assume that they start Nico Mannion. That's what they've done in the past when Steph Curry has missed games. But Jordan Poole has been crushing, like I said. His minutes have been pretty low, around low 20s, high teens recently, but he's been playing really well, shooting the ball a lot. So I have some interest in him. He's 4'6" on FanDuel, 4'5" on DraftKings. Kind of fits on DraftKings a little better. On FanDuel, he's point guard. Point guard's always loaded on FanDuel, so it's hard to play him there. But I do like him in tournaments on FanDuel. And like him in cash games on DK. I currently have him in my lineup there on DK. And then Nico Mannion, another guy here, 3'2" on FanDuel. 3'2" on DK, 3'5" on FanDuel. So 200 over the minimum on DK, and then the stone minimum on FanDuel. So I have interest in him. Sort of a floor play. Like, I don't expect him to go out and score 30 fantasy points. Probably somewhere around 25, and that's enough for his price tag. So I do like him. I think he makes for a really, really good play on both sites. Currently have him in my DK lineup, not FanDuel. Like I said, FanDuel point guard is always loaded, so a little harder to play him there, but on DK, really easy to play him. And then last guy I'll mention here is Kent Bazemore, 3'4" on DK. FanDuel, he's 3.5K, so the minimum there. Not sure how much I'll like him if Oubre plays. I think if Oubre ends up being ruled out, then I'll be back on Bazemore. I mean, he's still a decent play here, especially. I mean, he's still a decent play if Oubre ends up playing. But obviously, I would prefer Oubre not to play if I'm playing Bazemore. So we'll kind of have to wait and see on that one. But we've seen the upside that Bazemore has, so he's a good play as well.
Okay. Before I do the Memphis side here, we just got word T. Ross and Michael Carter-Williams both out for Orlando today. So we have that to go over once we get into that game. But yeah, Memphis side, I don't see any news here. Just their projected starters. We have John Morant, Grayson Allen, Dylan Brooks, Kyle Anderson, and Jonas Valanciunas. Anything on the Memphis side here against Golden State without some of their guys?
Not really. I don't know. Maybe John Morant in tournaments, but these guys don't stand out to me from a price standpoint. I don't think they're great plays here today. You could play John in tournaments always. We know the upside that he has, but in cash games, there's no one here for me.
Okay, let's jump into the next game then. Indiana Pacers, Miami Heat. Indiana side, we have Jeremy Lamb, questionable. Jakar Sampson, questionable. Projected starters, Brogdon, Karis LeVert, Justin Holiday, Domantas Sabonis, and Miles Turner. Any interest there, Chris? We've had LeVert as a must-play. I think the last 2 games here since his return over on FanDuel was way too cheap. And then on DK, I think he was a bit too expensive. I think he was like 7K on DK last time. How's the pricing today here for LeVert? Is it fair? Anything we can take advantage of, or just about where it should be?
I think it's probably still a little too cheap on FanDuel, but the thing is, we just have so many games here today. We have so much other value, so I don't need to pay 5-6 for Karis LeVert here against Miami, one of the slowest teams in the league. So yeah, I don't really love anyone here, especially not in cash games. In tournaments, we can go back to Sabonis. Had him as my tournament lock last time against Brooklyn. Obviously, that's a much better matchup. But we know the upside that Sabonis always has, so don't mind him. Probably my favorite Pacer here overall, but going to be tough to get to him for his price point.
Okay. Any interest in Brogdon at all, or no?
No, I don't need it today.
Okay, don't need it. Miami side, we have Haslam out. Has he played this year?
Haslam? No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, we've got health and safety protocol for Haslam. Avery Bradley also out as well. Harkless, Ariza are in for them. And then Iggy is questionable. Gabe Vincent probable. Projected starters, Kendrick Nunn, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, Kelly Olynyk, and Bam Adebayo. Anything on Miami that's interesting, Chris, going up against the Pacers?
Not really. Jimmy's priced up now. On DK, he's more fair for 9.5, so that's a better price tag there. I don't mind playing him, but can't do it on FanDuel for 10.6 when we just have all these other studs that I prioritize over him. Bam Adebayo, 8.2 on DK, 8K on FanDuel. Decent price tag there, so I don't know. Like it's mostly the guys up top here. I can't really decide between the other ones. Like they added Ariza into the mix, that adds another body, less minutes to go around. Just like they're all healthy now, so it's kind of hard to pick from this team. Tough matchup against Indiana, pretty slow, so not too much here for me.
Okay, let's jump into the Nets guys here going up against Orlando. Brooklyn side first, Blake Griffin still out for them, and then Kyrie back in. Projected starters, James Harden, Kyrie, Bruce Brown, Joe Harris, and DeAndre Jordan. Anything interesting here with Kyrie back in, Chris?
Yeah, so it's just one guy for me. It's James Harden, just because he's been playing so well. Been doing everything for them, like usage rate in the 30s. Minutes have been very high as well. The thing with him is it's not a great matchup here against Orlando. As we all know, they're also one of the slowest teams, but they are implied to score 117 points here. So, I mean, I do think Harden will have a good game here. I think he's more of a floor play today. I do have interest in him, though. He's 11.3 on FanDuel, 11K on DraftKings. I think he's a pretty good option. I prefer Luka a little bit ahead him, just point per dollar wise, and just the upside. I like it a little more with Luka here today. But Harden, he's also one of my favorite spend ups. If I land there, I have no problems with it. Only concern is blowout, I guess. But like I always say, the Nets don't really blow teams out. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this one blows out just because Orlando is so bad. They're missing Terrence Ross now, missing MCW, so that hurts them. But yeah, it's mostly Harden here. Like Kyrie, don't love it. He's around 9K on both sites, so I don't need that here today. DeAndre Jordan, don't want to go there. 4-4 on FanDuel, I guess, is a fair price, but I don't really need it here. So I mean, I think it's just mostly Harden.
Okay. Orlando's side, we have MCW, as you just mentioned, out. T. Ross also out. James Ennis out. Evan Fournier probable, and Aaron Gordon also probable. Projected starters, Chason Randall, Ev Fournier, Aaron Gordon, Alfred Camino, Nikola Vucevic. Anything there, Chris, that you'd like?
Yeah, so we have the same situation that we had yesterday for the Magic. I don't know, like it's a really good matchup here against Brooklyn. Yesterday they were playing the New York Knicks, so that was one of the worst matchups. But I don't know, like if Aaron Gordon isn't on a restriction here, it's a back-to-back. He's probable, so I'm expecting him to play. If he gets his full minutes, he could crush this price tag 5-4 on FanDuel. I think that's a really good tournament option here against the Nets. But I mean, outside of that, I don't know. Like Vucevic, he's a little too expensive for me. If you want to play Chason Randall with no MCW, no Terrence Ross, I don't mind that play. He got the start yesterday, played 29 minutes. So, I mean, if he's playing 29 minutes again here against the Nets, I probably expect him to have a decent game. Probably be able to get to value. But yeah, it's kind of ugly here. My favorite play is probably going to be Aaron Gordon on FanDuel just because his price tag is so low.
Okay. Let's go into the next one. Detroit Pistons at Houston Rockets. Detroit side, we have Wayne Ellington out, Hamidou Diallo out, Rodney McGruder out, and then we have Tyler Cook here, probable. I think it's the pending trade there for him. And then projected starters, DeLon Wright, was that Frank Jackson, I believe, Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Grant, and Mason Plumlee. Thoughts here on the Pistons, Chris?
Yeah, so I do have interest in some of these guys. I kind of do like targeting the Rockets, even though they're not implied to score a crazy amount of points. It's currently at 106 for the Pistons. But I still have interest in some of their main guys, mostly Jeremy Grant and DeLon Wright. I'll start with Jeremy Grant. More of a play on FanDuel. DraftKings, he's 7-2. FanDuel, he's 7K, I believe. Yeah, he's 7K on FanDuel. Power forward isn't a great position on FanDuel, so that's why I think he fits better over there. But the main guy that I'm interested in on both sites is DeLon Wright. He's 6K on DK, 5-6 on FanDuel. I like the matchup here against Houston a lot. We saw him play pretty high minutes last game against Toronto, 37.5. So if he sees those minutes, I mean, we don't need those minutes, but if he sees those minutes, he'll crush this price tag. If he sees his normal, like 32, 34 minutes, I think he could get there for us. So I do think he's a really good option on FanDuel for 5-6, and then DraftKings as well for 6K. Price tag really stands out on FanDuel, though, that 5-6 tag. He's currently one of my locks over in FanDuel Cash. And then outside of those two guys, Mason Plumlee, he's also interesting. As you always like to say, Houston can't really guard bigs. I tend to agree with that. So I like Mason Plumlee here. 6K on DK. FanDuel, he is 5-7. So decent price tag there. I'm kind of prioritizing Jarrett Allen now on FanDuel, though, at center with JaVale McGee out. So it might be tough to get to Mason Plumlee there, but I do think he's a good pivot down in tournaments if you want to go off of Jarrett Allen. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like, I guess I can mention Sadiq Bey here. He went for 50 last game, played 38 minutes. I'm probably not expecting him to play 38 minutes again here, but I do think he makes for a decent play. Probably more of a tournament play just because small forward is kind of, it's loaded, as I always say. So it's kind of hard to play him, but yeah, I like Sadiq Bey there as well.
Okay, so Houston's side, we have Dante Exum out, Christian Wood in. We have DJ Wilson questionable with the trade pending. I think same as DJ Augustine. John Wall, questionable. And then Ben McLemore, also questionable. Projected starters, we have John Wall, Victor Oladipo, Danwell House. What is that? Jason? Yeah, Jay Sean Tate, and Christian Wood. Who do you like here on Houston, Chris?
Yeah, so I don't know. There's not really anyone here that interests me. Pace down spot against Detroit. I don't know. Nothing here for me.
Well, what about this? Like, we have John Wall here, questionable. If he's out, does that increase your interest at all in anyone here? Is that is that an important piece of news to watch out for the slate?
Yes and no, because Kevin Porter Jr. is priced up now. It'll increase our interest in Victor Oladipo for sure. He's 8-1 on FanDuel. DK, he's 8-3. But the thing is, they have Christian Wood now, so if Christian Wood and Oladipo are playing, I don't expect too much out of Kevin Porter. I definitely don't expect him to pay off his price tag here with those two guys playing. And then if John Wall plays, it's kind of hard to play these guys.
Okay.
I mean,
I have a question.
I'll say this one thing: we have the Christian Wood revenge game against Detroit, so I think that could be a real thing. He's pretty expensive though. 8-5 on DK, 8-1 on FanDuel. I think that 8-1 price tag on FanDuel is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think we have one other decent narrative today as well, but we can go over that in a bit. Maybe you can pull it up. But I have a question here from Mike1377. Says, Chris, when are the cores out on the tool?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now, so getting that up as we speak.
Okay, let me go over the next game. So we have Utah Jazz against the Toronto Raptors. Utah side, we have Mike Conley, probable tag, and Gobert, questionable tag. Projected starters, Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Bogdanovich, Royce O'Neal, and Rudy Gobert. Thoughts here on the Jazz, Chris, facing my Toronto Raptors?
So the big news here that we'll have to keep an eye out for is the Rudy Gobert news. He's questionable. If he's out, I don't know if it'll directly bump someone like Derek Favors, just because I don't think he's going to get too many minutes regardless. But I mean, if he does get the start, if he plays 24 minutes for us, he could for sure pay off his price tag on both sites. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that news. But at the same time, we have Jarrett Allen now at center. Very Favors is listed as center on FanDuel. I think he'll probably be more of a DraftKings play if that does end up happening. So yeah, I mean, I probably expect Gobert to play here. It is a back-to-back though, so who knows? Yeah, I'm probably not too interested in any of the Jazz here. Maybe Donovan Mitchell in tournaments. That's probably it. We have Mike Conley back here today, so no interest in guys like Clarkson, Ingles, Bogdanovich. Mostly a stay-away spot here for me.
Okay. C. Davis is asking Jaylen Brown on FanDuel. Do you like him today, Chris?
Yeah, I love Jaylen Brown here on FanDuel.
Okay, let's go over Toronto. We have OG with the probable tag, and then projected starters: Kyle Lowry, Fred Van Thief, Norm Powell, OG Anunoby, and Pascal Siakam. Anyone here on the Raptors that you like, Chris?
Not really. I don't know. We don't know if these guys are going to be on a restriction again. Van Vliet played 32 last game. Siakam played 30. They both looked awful. So I mean that hurts everyone else as well. So it's hard to pick here. I think OG is back here today as well. It's his first game in 2 months. So I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe OG's back 1 month. I think, not 2 months.
Yeah. Okay, let's go into the next one then. Getting through the slate pretty quick. We have Chicago against Denver's. Chicago's side, we have Devin Dotson out, Garrett Temple out. Projected starters: Thomas Satoransky, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Thaddeus Young, and Larry Markkinen. Anybody on the Bulls that you like, Chris?
No, not really. There's a ton of games here today, so as usual, as usual, we try to kind of find interest points and kind of stick to them. Chicago isn't one of those here today. Not a good spot against Denver, in my opinion. They're pretty healthy. Yeah, so nothing here for me.
Okay, let's get into Denver. I know you have interest here. So we have Monte Morris out, RJ Hampton in. Projected starters: Jamal Murray, Will Barton, Michael Porter Jr., Paul Millsap, and Nikola Jokic. So I know you have interest in Jokic, Chris. Who do you like here on Denver?
Yeah, that's going to be the only guy I have interest in. But I mean, at the same time, we got this JaVale McGee news, which opened up Jarrett Allen at center. So FanDuel, I think Jarrett Allen is the center play in cash games. I think on DK though, Jokic is more in play where you could play two centers, and Jarrett Allen is also more expensive there. So I think Jokic is very interesting on DraftKings in cash games, 10-6. I think both sites and tournaments you can go there. We've seen the upside with him. He could just do so much. Really love the matchup here against the Bulls. I think he went for like 80 last time against them a few weeks ago. Let me just try to pull that up. Yeah, I went for 77 fantasy points against the same Bulls. So the matchup's really good. Jokic is my guy here. Outside of him, Jamal Murray maybe on FanDuel for 6.5. That's a really good price tag. But yeah, DraftKings 7.4. Don't want to go there. The rest of these guys I'm not interested in. So it's going to be Jokic mostly on DK in cash games. Both sites for Jokic on tournaments, and then Jamal Murray FanDuel tournaments as well.
Okay, let's go into the next game. We have Minnesota here against Phoenix. Minnesota side, we have Malik Beasley out. We have D'Lo out, and we have Jordan McLaughlin out. I'm not sure if I said that right again. Projected. Sorry, we also have Jarrett Culver questionable, and then projected starters: Ricky Rubio, Ant-Man, Layman, Catman, and Vanderbilt. Anyone here, Chris, that you like on Minnesota?
Not really. I mean, we just saw Cat and Ant go crazy yesterday. Both put up 40-plus real-life points. Anthony Edwards went for 60 fantasy points. Cat went for 70. But I don't know. I don't really want to chase that. Like, it's not a good matchup, in my opinion, against the Suns. They're really good defensively. I mean, if Anthony Edwards shoots 30-plus times again, then he's in play for sure. But I don't know how sustainable that is, to be honest, at this point. I mean, if you think he'll do it, then no problems playing him for his price tag of 7-1 on both sites. More of a tournament play for me. I think if you want to go there in cash games, if you think, like I'm saying, if you think he's going to shoot 30-plus times again, you can play Anthony Edwards. I have no problems with that. I'm just currently not going to. I think it's a pretty tough matchup, and I think we have better options here other than Ant-Man. But I like him a lot in tournaments. I like Cat a lot in tournaments as well. But yeah, mostly tournaments for these guys.
Okay. Phoenix side, we have Cam Johnson out for them. So that's your boy Cam Johnson, Chris. Figured that one out. Projected starters: Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Bridges, Jay Crowder, and DeAndre Ayton. You sent a tweet the other day about Ayton. Apparently he's a father now, has I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. But yeah, apparently he's not getting much sleep. Still figuring that out. So I'm not sure how much that's going to affect his play, but who do you like here on Phoenix?
Yeah, so I think it is a boy. I think he named him DeAndre. So same name as DA there. But yeah, I'm not too interested here today on this slate in the Suns. I mean, like, they're implied to score 122, which is really high. I think it's actually the highest on the slate. So there is some interest from that aspect. But I mean, from a pricing standpoint, from a health standpoint, they're pretty healthy outside of Cam Johnson. So I mean, if you want to play someone like Jay Crowder on FanDuel 3.8, I don't hate that play. Maybe Bridges again 4.9 on FanDuel, 5.2 on DK. Don't hate that play either. But yeah, Chris Paul here. I don't think we need it. Still the same price as yesterday though, so still a really good spot for him. But I just think we have other guys that kind of project better. So that's why I'm not landing on these guys. Maybe Devin Booker in tournaments. Played him yesterday. He went for 50. So I mean, he's always viable in tournaments. We know the upside that he has. DeAndre Ayton, same sort of thing. 6K on FanDuel, 6.4 on DK. Good price tag there for the matchup. So I mean, all these guys are pretty good plays. I just don't have anyone here that stands out for me enough to kind of prioritize them today.
Okay. Some chat here before I load up the last game of the slate. So Clement's asking Draymond Green, good play on FanDuel, Chris.
He's okay. Yeah, I'll say I'm fine with it. I'm probably not going to do it though. Like power forward for me personally is a spot where I'm kind of filling out last. So I haven't found myself on Draymond Green much today, but I mean I think he's around 6'6", 6'7". So yeah, I don't hate it. Don't love it either.
Okay. Austin says, yeah, Aiden equals foul out. He says he's salty on Aiden.
Yeah, that wasn't too good.
Yeah. We have Halliburton, Chris. Confirmation remains on a minutes restriction. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, last game here of the slate to go over has all the markings of a late night hammer, I believe. We'll get that confirmed with you, Chris, once I go over the first half here. So Mavericks against the Trailblazers. Dallas side, we have Dorian Finney-Smith out, Tyrell Terry out, Willie Cauley-Stein out, and James Johnson out. Projected starters, Luka Doncic, Josh Richardson, Tim Hardaway Jr., Maxi Kleber, and Kristaps Porzingis. First question for you, Chris. Is this a late night hammer?
I mean, sort of. Like, it's not the lone solo game at the end of the night, but it is a really good game to target. I like the Maverick side here a lot. So, yeah. Did you go over the starters?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll start with Luka here. I think he's a very, very good play on both sides. He's 10-4 on FanDuel. DK, he's 10.7K. So the price tag is pretty low. We saw him go for like 70 fantasy points last game, I believe. Yeah, 73. Played 43 minutes. So I'm obviously not expecting 43 minutes again from him. But I mean, even if he plays 36, 38, like he normally does in a close game, he could easily pay off this price tag against the Blazers. They don't play well defensively. We always love targeting them. So this is no different. This spot with Luka, he's one of my favorite spend ups. I like him more on FanDuel. Obviously, he's cheaper there. On DK, you can play like Jokic instead. You can play Harden instead with the flexibility there. But I like him a lot on FanDuel at point guard. I think he makes for a good play over here. And then outside of him, maybe someone like Maxi Kleber. I think he makes for a decent value play. Played 41 minutes last game. Obviously, I'm not expecting that either. Expecting somewhere in the 30 to 34 range. But yeah, I think he's a decent value play here on FanDuel, 3.8K. DraftKings, he's 4.2K. So I like it a little bit less on DK, more on FanDuel. So I think he's a good guy, good play there. And then last guy I'll mention here is going to be Tim Hardaway Jr. Obviously, Dorian Finney-Smith is missing this game again. Hardaway Jr. got the start last game, played 36 minutes. So I have some interest there for his price tag, especially on FanDuel, 4.2K. Just a very cheap price tag there. I think he's a good tournament option as well. On DK, he's more expensive, 4.9, so I don't think he's viable there. But on FanDuel, I have a lot of interest.
Okay. Portland side, CJ McCollum, questionable back-to-back, so I think maybe some rest there for him. But if not, projected starters, we have Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Derek Jones Jr., Rocco, and Enes Kanter. I guess the CJ McCollum news is kind of interesting, but we've seen the Trailblazers play with him for a while, so we kind of know what to expect there. So I guess if he's out, does that change any interest here in the Blazers, Chris?
Do we have an official injury tag on him?
I just see questionable back-to-back. Let me check.
Doubtful. I just want to see on the NBA injury report if he's listed there.
Yeah, it's from there.
He's questionable there?
Yeah. Let me find him.
I don't think he's listed there, actually. At least on the one I'm looking at.
Yeah, actually he's not. Never mind. So, my bad.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see on him. But regardless, I'm not too interested in the Blazers. I mean, if CJ sits, then we could play Dame. But if CJ's in, I don't want to play Dame. 10-3 on FanDuel. I'd rather pay 100 more to get to Luka. And then on DraftKings, he's 10-9. Don't want to pay that price tag. Just when we have guys like Harden, Jokic, Luka in that range, I'd rather play them over Dame. Cantor, I think he makes for a really good tournament option on FanDuel as well. 6K. Everyone's going to play Jarrett Allen, I think, or they're going to spend up to Jokic. So I like Cantor here in this matchup against the Mavs. I think he could play his normal minutes. But yeah, I don't know. Not too interested here in the Blazers overall.
Okay. Let's get into our 3 plays here of the day. First up, overall play of the day over on FanDuel. Chris, safest play you have. Best one that you have. Who's the guy today there?
Yeah, I'll go with Luka Doncic here. Have him on the cover, 10.4K. Yeah, I'll say Luka.
Okay. And then value play of the day on FanDuel. Who's your guy there?
Value play. Give me Larry Nance Jr. here, 5.3K.
That's a good one. Tournament play here. Who do you have?
I'll go with Bam Adebayo for 8K against the Pacers. I don't think he's going to be too popular at power forward. So yeah, I like Bam here.
Nice. I like that one. DK, same thing here. So your overall play of the day, Luka as well?
I won't go Luka here. I'll go with Harden. It's easier to fit him in. He's only $300 more than Luka. He's been just doing everything for them. Same as Luka, but I don't know. I like Harden a lot here for 11K on DK.
Yeah, we have him 11K, and he's still over 5x value, so that's pretty good. Good to see that with like a high salary guy. Who's your value play there?
Value play, it's going to be one of these Warriors. I'll say Nico Mannion.
Okay, and then tournament play of the day over on DK. Who's your guy?
Let's keep it consistent. Let's go with Bam here for 8.2K.
Okay. Some questions. Austin says 2 late night hammers tonight. He also says, so it looks like Jokic versus Harden for cash. Are there any triggers that could push you one way or another?
Well, I think on DraftKings we can play them both. Kind of like them both point per dollar over Luka there on DK. On FanDuel, I think that's where it's more of a Luka Harden or Jokic. We'll get into that once we get into the lineup since the top 2 have those 2 guys different. So yeah, we can do that soon once we go over the FanDuel lineup.
Okay. And then Royal King says, could we take a look at the single game slate after?
Sure, which one?
Probably the Dallas-Portland. It's probably the bigger one, if I had to guess.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let me do the cores here. Lock in. Rondo's saying Tennessee, 5th seed, Oregon, 12th seed, Oregon State. Tennessee down 15 with 8 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, damn. How's
your bracket
the spread was
Chris?
8.5 for Tennessee, so that's a pretty big upset there too.
Does your bracket have the right pick there?
No, I definitely have Tennessee there.
Yeah. Ouch. Royal King wants to go over both single game slates, Chris.
We can do it quickly. Just see what the optimal spits out. But yeah, here we have the FanDuel builds. Can we just open up the sidebar so we can see our cores? Yeah, so I have Luka up top, 10.4K, and then Wiggins 5.2 here. Mentioned I like him a lot on FanDuel. Larry Nance 5.3, and then Jarrett Allen 6.7. Actually, we can unlock Jarrett Allen just so we can see that the Jokic team. But I do have Jarrett Allen in my core, so that's obviously the way that I lean. Yeah, let's look at the Jokic team versus this team. Yeah, so we have Luka, DeLon Wright at point guard. I think that's going to be a pretty chalky pairing in cash games. Shooting guard, we have Wiggins, have him in my core. Small forward, Jaylen Brown, Larry Nance. I think they're both really good plays. I think that's going to be the chalk small forward pairing in cash games. And then power forward, we have Maxi Kleber, 3.8K, sort of a last piece guy. Good for value there. So I like that play. And then we have a 3v3, Harden, Tice, Allen versus Hardaway, Grant, Jokic. Yeah, this one's actually pretty close. Like this one's very tough. So I mean, the way I look at this is like I kind of value Harden and Jokic the same. So I take those two guys out. So then it becomes a Tice Allen versus Grant Hardaway 2v2. So I'll start with Allen versus Grant. I like the situation a lot for Jarrett Allen without JaVale McGee playing. So I lean Jarrett Allen on that side. And then Daniel Tice versus Hardaway Jr. I think Hardaway Jr. is obviously the better play here. So I lean Hardaway Jr. there. So that doesn't really help us because we have Hardaway Jr. with the cheap guy, the lean there, and then with Allen versus Grant, I lean Allen. So I guess we got to go to this Harden versus Jokic 1v1. See what we like there. I'm just going to open up the sports book, see what the points, rebounds, assists, props are for both players. Kind of like to open that up when I'm deciding between two players.
While you do that, we do have John Wall confirmed starting. So we have Wall, Oladipo, Danwell House, Sean Tate, and Christian Wood starting for the Rockets.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so I'll actually send this to you so you can open it, just so the people can see how I look at it. Sent you that link, and then I'll send you one more. Yeah, so we got a player props in the middle. And then we scroll down to points, rebounds, assists. We find Harden. So Harden's at 48.5 right now. Then I'll send you this other link for the Jokic game. Let's see what Jokic is at. So like 48.5 is very high. Points, rebounds, assists means that's how many points plus rebounds plus assists the player will get. Obviously a projection. So Jokic here, 44.5. A lot of juice on the over there. So I mean, I would probably set it at like 45.5. It's probably a better line. But yeah, the Harden side is 3 points higher. So that kind of makes me lean Harden in that 1v1, and then that makes the decision for me.
Yep. Let's go do our DK stuff. Let me lock these guys in. So you got three guys in your core here?
Yeah, just because there's a lot of different spend ups that you can do. You can do Jokic and Harden. You could do Harden and Doncic. You could do Jokic and Doncic. So didn't want to lock in a stud.
Got some comments. Let's see. KJ says he liked the bottom one on the FanDuel side. Last time Jokic played the Bulls, he put up 77. You did touch on that, but you like the player props more for Harden, right, Chris?
Yeah, and I like getting Jarrett Allen a lot. I think he's very underpriced at 6'7", with no JaVale McGee.
Yep. But yeah, let's go over these, Chris.
Yeah, so let's look at the first two. For my locks, I have the two Warriors value guys at guard, Mannion and Poole, very cheap, and then Nance, 5.2K, very cheap as well.
You don't want to load up a Doncic one here?
No, I think on DraftKings the team is pretty obvious to me. It's just like a 1v1 with Bazemore and Lee. But yeah, the rest of the lineup sort of builds itself. So we have DeLon right here as well, 6K. Not a great price tag, but he's been playing really well. Does everything, sort of a triple-double threat, so I like that a lot. For this price tag, we have Poole, locked him in as core, no Curry, obviously. Wiggins, same sort of thing, no Curry. If Oubre's in, maybe this projection will go down a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. Nance, 5.2K, good price tag there. Locked him in as my core. Jokic, 10.6. Let's see, Mannion 3.2, locked him in, and then Harden 11K. So we get both of the studs here that we were deciding between on FanDuel. Just the way pricing is. So On FanDuel, Luka Doncic is 10-4, so we want him there. On DraftKings, he's 10-7, so it's a little harder to get to him. On FanDuel, Jokic is 11K, maybe 11-3 or something. No, he's 11K on FanDuel. Here he's 10-6, and then Harden is 11K. And I like Harden on FanDuel as well. So, yeah, we could look at the 1v1. It's Kent Bazemore versus Damian Lee. Kind of an ugly 1v1, to be honest. If one of these guys starts, I'll pick them. But if neither of them start, I'll go with Kent Bazemore. I like him a little more. He's more active, gets more rebounds. Lee is probably a little more scoring dependent, which I don't love. So yeah, I like the Bazemore side here.
Okay. Brandon Lee's asking, why DeLon Wright, Chris?
So, I mean, like I said when I went over that game, it's not a great implied team total for them. But DeLon Wright has been playing minutes. Like, he played 37 last game. Not expecting that. Probably expecting around 33. But he's like, he does everything. We've seen him in this role in the past with the Grizzlies, I think 2 seasons ago. Like he's like a mini Russell Westbrook. He chases stats, sort of. He's active with steals and blocks, so he gets those. Assists, he does that as well. So he handles the ball a lot, has the ball in his hands a ton, initiates a lot of the offense. He scores pretty well also. So that's why I like him. I think he's pretty cheap here for this matchup against the Houston Rockets.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for the slate here. We have Iggy out, Chris. We also have Wilson and Augustine playing today, so those things are new. Don't really matter too much, though, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to go over before we wrap it up here?
No, I think we're good. Hopefully everyone has a good start to their weekend. We'll be back tomorrow as always. And I'll be in the Discord answering any questions that anyone has.
Yeah, we also have OG starting today as well.
Yeah, it just makes me a little less interested in the wraps.
Okay. Yeah, that's it for today, guys. What do we have to do? Before you guys go today, if you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit the thumbs up. I think that helps grow the channel. And then if you're new here, you liked it, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell button and all. We do the show here every single day, 2.5 hours before main slate. So weekends as well. So holidays, weekends, every single day. So we do the same slate overview, same format here. So if you like it, come back. Oh, right. We got the single games to quickly go over. My bad.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Actually, that's Chris's bad. But yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, usually these are pretty obvious. Yeah, so this one has a 1-point projection difference. First 3 plays, I think this is pretty chalky, like Luka, then Dame, then KP. Can't go wrong with that. I think that's the chalk pairing. And then the util is where you make the decision. So Maxi Kleba, he's underpriced, obviously. He's in the first 3 lineups. And then you have the 1v1 that you have to decide between that sort of usually decides the slate. That's why I don't love playing these contests, but it's Dwight Powell versus Nasir Little. Honestly, I haven't looked at those guys enough to make a decision on the 2. So I would just trust the projections here. Or if you want to dig in to that 1v1, then you can do that as well.
Yep. Got Ev Fournier starting. We got the Magic starters as well. But yeah, what about these, Chris? We got the 1v1 here as well. Dozier, Composite.
Yeah, so same sort of thing. Like you have the 3 best players, and you have them in the order that that kind of makes the most sense. So Jokic, obviously the best player here. Levine second, Murray third. So in cash, you're going to want to run that. And then Sato, he's underpriced here, obviously, at the util. And then this 1v1 is where you have to make the decision. Compazzo versus Dozier. Same sort of thing. Haven't looked at it at all. Haven't looked at Dozier, haven't looked at Compazzo. So, I mean, it's something you'll have to look at. If you don't want to, then you can obviously just trust the projections here. I mean, it might change leading up to lock. So definitely keep an eye out for it.
Yep. Okay, now that's it. So we did the YouTube stuff. Clement's saying, why do you look at player props, Chris? Let's go over that.
Well, I mean, Vegas is pretty much what decides everything. Like they decide the point totals. So everything that they put out super sharp. If it wasn't, they would be losing a lot of money, and they obviously make a lot of money. So I trust Vegas props for sure. Yeah, so I mean, if you don't trust it, like I always say, if you think that 48.5 points, rebounds, assists for Harden is a bad line, then you can just bet the under, bet the over, whatever you think is right. I mean, it's there for a reason. It's very sharp, so that's what I like to look at when I'm deciding between some players.
Yep. Chris loves Vegas. Yeah, that's all. I think we got it all out. We did the single game here. Almost forgot that, but we didn't. So yeah, we did all the YouTube reminders. What do we have? We have the free trial reminder, guys. So if you want to try our optimizer here, dfscrunch.com is our website. Link is in the description as well. Head on over there. All new members get a free 3-day trial that's automatically applied. You don't need a coupon code or anything, so you can just create your account here, start your subscription, and then you're not charged until after 3 days. So 72 hours from when you sign up. I'm going to keep saying it, but if you are not interested in paying for it, just try it out for free. You can cancel before the 3rd day, absolutely free. You'll get access to everything during that trial, our Discord, all the sports we have, NHL, college basketball, NBA, whatever else is going on, we have it all. So you get all of that during the trial, so definitely try that out if you haven't. And I think that's it, guys. We'll be in the Discord, as Chris already said a bit earlier, answering any questions if you guys have any. So be sure to join our Discord if you're a member. And yeah, good luck, guys, today. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy the start of March Madness. It's pretty exciting stuff. So enjoy all that stuff. And we'll be back tomorrow, 2.5 hours before main slate. And see you all then.